What is going on, everyone? The 76ers had a basketball game, a preseason basketball game, but you couldn't see it anywhere. It wasn't on NBC Sports Philadelphia. You had to live stream the Charlotte Hornets feed. But that's exactly what I did because I needed to see 76ers basketball tonight. By the way, use my free money. As always, it's simple. You use the promo code BROADS at SeatGeek's checkout page for $20 off. Take my free money. But let's dive into this basketball game. No Embiid. We're going load management right from the jump. Preseason Game 2 load management. But that's okay with me. I want to see the rotation. I want to see what we go with. I want to see what it will look like when Al Horford has to play the 5 for a full game because we are going with load management for Embiid in a regular season game. So Al Horford started and then Kyle O'Quinn came in. But as for Al Horford and what he was able to bring to the table, it was great to see. He had 11 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. He's able to be a factor. I mean, he was a factor for the Boston Celtics last year as a full-time 5. The thing is with Al Horford is it's not going to be flashy. It's not going to be something that just pops out and it's transcendent. Like, what he does is so standard. It's so just by the book, if that all makes sense. What he does is so professional, and it won't pop, and it won't be so obvious to the eye. But it's just the right way to play basketball. And especially defensively and the way he communicates with his teammates, it's something you really need to study. And not something that's just going to be, whoa, wow, did you see Al Horford? Like, it's not going to be that aggressive and that flashy right to your face. But he's just going to be the professional. And I liked what I saw out of him. And even when Kyle O'Quinn came in, I didn't expect too much from him when I heard his name originally come to the 76ers. But his ability to pass as a big man is something that can't go unnoticed. He had 5 assists today, and he was able to bring the noise defensively. Listen, every guy I'm going to talk about, it's going to factor in defense because Brett Brown wants to pick up the intensity defensively, and it was so noticeable. They had 9 turnovers. The Charlotte Hornets had 9 turnovers in the first quarter. I understand you need to take everything and realize it's just preseason. I know all that, and I'm not going to repeat it 500 million times. It is just preseason, but I want to see how this team is going to run, how they're going to use the floor, how their intensity is going to be defensively. Just because it's preseason, it doesn't mean that I can't look at their defensive intensity and say, oh, it's going to be similar to that during the regular season, if not even amped up more, because they're going to be amped up more because it's a real game that means something. Let's go to Ben Simmons, because we all want to see him shoot consistently, shoot in these games that don't really matter. In the first 5 minutes, he uses his body, he creates separation, boom, hits a mid-range jumper, bang. From there, you didn't really see the jump shot much more. He did take one awkward-looking fade-away jumper with his back to the basket thing that didn't work out too well. It wasn't the prettiest, but those were like the only 2 legitimate jump shots I saw. He was bringing it to the basket hard. He was being explosive. He had one where he was at the top of the key, kind of similar to when he took that 3-pointer against the Chinese team, but he took it hard to the rim and made this beautiful play. He was in attack mode going downhill, and that's just what it's going to be. He's not going to go out there looking for shots. He's going to play his way. He's going to facilitate, number one. That's going to be his mindset. The jump shots will be taken when they are available. He's not going to try and find those plays. He's not going to try and find those shots. He's just going to take them if it's available, which will be early on because people are going to respect him, and we'll see how it goes moving forward from there. But you can see his facilitation is unbelievable, his passing ability. I love watching this kid play. He's so unique. His style is unreal. 6'10" point guard. It's beautiful to the eye when you love the game of basketball. He had 15 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and an unreal block on Terry Rozier. It was one of those ones where I almost jumped out of my seat. It was one of those plays. And even though it's preseason basketball, to me, I love the damn sport. I love everything about it. Everything is beautiful. Basketball is poetry. Ben Simmons today was super entertaining, and so was Josh Richardson. He led the team in scoring with 18 points. He also had 3 blocks and a steal. we know what he brings to the table, right? Defense and can shoot. A 3-and-D type guy. Speaking of that, Matisse Thybulle. His defense on display again. It's crazy how everyone I'm talking about, defense is what comes up first. 4 steals, 2 blocks. Now, listen, we all know how I reacted, right, on draft day. I just want to say this. I don't think Brett Brown and Elton Brand knew that he was going to be this noticeably good defensively from the jump. I have to give them credit for making the pick, but I truly think that they are sitting there saying, wow, are we pleasantly surprised? Did we think he was going to be this good? No, not this early. I can't imagine those two thinking he was going to be this good, this effective, this early. There's just no way. I mean, you hear Al Horford talk about him, you hear Ben Simmons talk about him, you hear Brett Brown talk about him. They are so shocked at how well he is playing and with all of his skill sets, they're shocked. To me, that's them saying, oh, well, we didn't expect this, but we were pumped as hell that he is this effective this early. Like, he's the second guy coming off the bench. He was the second guy coming off the bench. The first one was Kyle O'Quinn, I guess, to take out the big man. That would never be Matisse Thybulle. But both of those guys came on. Bang, bang. You know who looked horrible to me tonight? Neto. Forced too many things, turnovers, ugly-looking shots. I wasn't a big fan of Neto. I know him and Trey Burke are fighting for that spot there. I would like to see Trey Burke win out that battle. And once again, Zhaire Smith getting crap minutes. Zhaire Smith is getting thrown with the Furkan Korkmazes of the world. And I'm just shocked. Really, I am. I expected him to be able to be more of a factor. Maybe I'm putting too much stock into where he's playing right now, but I shouldn't be. Like, he's at the bottom of the rotation right now, playing minutes with Norvel Pell and whatnot. Like, that's saying a lot, and I was hoping that this kid would be more in the rotation, but when you look at the bench and say Embiid's in the lineup, right? So you're looking at the bench, and I'm just spitballing. There's no real order here, but Mike Scott, James Ennis, Matisse Thybulle, you have Kyle O'Quinn. Who am I missing? At that point, your 5th guy off the bench. Now this is your 10th guy you're talking about. Is that Zhaire Smith? Trey Burke, right? You're going to need a backup point guard in there. So maybe is Zhaire Smith the 11th now? Because you need a backup point guard in there over Zhaire Smith's spot. So he really might not be that much of a factor. No, injuries happen. Bad play happens. Anything can happen. Zhaire Smith's ability to be athletic as hell out there and be annoying can definitely maybe have him out there in times, but I just can't believe he's so far down on the list, playing with Furkan Korkmaz and Shake Milton. Shake Milton's another guy who's in the mix, and we tried out that point guard role early in Summer League, and he looked atrocious. I think he's more of a shoot-the-ball kind of a catch-and-shoot kind of guy. But even there, I'm not the biggest Shake Milton fan in the world either. James Ennis tonight had a little bit of a run where he was putting the basket in the net and whatnot, so... it is what it is. I just like watching the guys run up and down the floor. I like to study how intense we are defensively, how much of a powerhouse we are going to be defensively. I love looking at how we come out, how physical we are, how long we are, just the motor we play with. I enjoy watching that, even though I know these games don't matter. And I also like studying the rotations, who's coming out first, who's playing where, who's, playing with who. I enjoy seeing that side of it because I'm studying what Brett Brown's mindset really is, because he is using these minutes for a reason. It's not just random. It's not just getting thrown out there. There's a reason why these minutes are what they are. Before you know it, the first day of the season will be here. We will be playing the Boston Celtics before you know it. And I am so juiced up. This city is so pumped for Sixers basketball. I can't even remember when it has been to this degree. I know the Eagles are still going. I know there's a lot of hype for the Eagles. But I can feel this sense of urgency out of the Sixers fan base, ready to go down to the Wells Fargo Center every other night or whenever the games are and go crazy, be the best fans in basketball, and get this team going, because there's a lot of hope for this squad to make a serious push, and I think that it is deserving that there is a lot of hope, because this team is special looking and they have a great roster. It's going to be so entertaining. I want the season to start. It's so damn close. We're coming in here. We're coming in for a landing, if you will, huh? Something Mark Zumoff would say. We're coming in for a landing, because before you know it, we are going to be playing the Celtics. I hate the Celtics. I can't stand their uniforms. Al Horford, too, by the way, on the good side. It's going to be so pumped. But until then, we will keep dissecting these preseason games. I'm totally okay with that. At least it's something. It's giving me a little tease, but it's something. Until then, just preseason. But I want to know your thoughts down below on this game, if you did watch it, on Ben Simmons, on anything Sixers related. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.